I'm Diane Hull, I'm the Chief Nurse at Sussex Partnership Trust. I came into nursing many years ago. I left school at 15 and a half, had my first child at 16. So it wasn't as if I kind of always wanted to be a nurse, because actually I didn't have any aspirations. You know, I was a single parent. I became a nursing auxiliary on a medical ward. I was lucky enough to have a really good role model who was a woman who said, you can do more than this. So I went on to do my enrolled nurse training. At the time, they thought that because I had children, I wouldn't be able to do the 3-year training. Again, you know, that wouldn't happen now. I then did my conversion a few years later. And I've worked as a staff nurse in Tower Hamlets in London, and then had a variety of roles, all in East London. Staff nurse, charge nurse, ward manager, lead nurse, deputy director of nursing, predominantly in male PQs and forensics. I think a good leader has the ability to inspire and empower and influence and infuse. But equally, a good leader has to have courage, because without courage, you can't be consistent. And I think consistency is really important, because you'll have good days and bad days, and you've got to be the same throughout. A good leader takes the defeats, but is never defeated. I think a good leader makes other people feel really special, and really enables them to do and be their very best. So I was lucky, I had lots of advice along the way. It was Eleanor Roosevelt said, nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. And I think that's really important, because there will be times when you feel like you're an imposter. There will be times when you don't feel quite right, but actually you are in control, you can do this. I think the other thing is choose something that you're really passionate about, because passion brings enthusiasm and excitement. I think the other thing to remember is, you know, success isn't about the band that you are or the money that you earn. It's about the difference you make to other people. I think sometimes women try to be like a man when they're a leader, and you don't need to do that. You know, embrace your femininity. Authenticity is so much better than perfection. Yes, you can do it, is what I would say. Lots and lots of women have inspired me. So personally, my adopted mother, I think about myself as a child and as a teenager, and I was a problem child with many problems. But she taught me about unconditional love, because she loved me. I wasn't her own child, and I was an absolute nightmare, but she loved me no matter what. And that's, you know, that's quite some woman. Absolutely inspirational. Then I think about people like Erin Pitsey, who opened the first women's refuge in 1971. Strong, really strong woman. People like Maya Angelou, whose, you know, poems, Phenomenal Women and I Rise, just kind of touch the very heart of you. Currently, people like Katie Piper, Doreen Lawrence, who just so inspirational. But if I think about the people who have inspired me the most, you know, my role models, it would be all of those women that I've cared for over the years, our service leaders, you know, patients, carers, people who, despite the challenges, despite the trauma, despite the difficulties of suffering from mental illness, they still hold on to that glimmer of hope. They still have the biggest heart ever. You know, they have taught me more than I've ever learned in any book. They've taught me about life. When I think about them, I think about resilience, not the resilience you read about in a book, but resilience that comes from the very core of you. And for me, that's inspirational.